Connected.
Alright, let's take a look here. Like we've got some crime to report. So one of the important parts of reporting crime is when you report footsteps, you're able to comment on the report. And when the guilty party goes to court, they're able to see the crime they've committed, who they've committed against, who committed the crime, and they're able to see the notes that you make about the crime itself. So here I'm putting, whoops, I'm not putting that there. I'm going to put guilty and thief. Guilty thief is what I'm putting in this crime report. That way, when the jurors see this log, they're going to see that I've written guilty and thief next to each one of these footprints. So these criminal footprints, these are all part of what's it called, a crime trap. So what I do is you can plant a whole bunch of stuff here, and then if a friendly faction person decides to take the items, you know, theft, that's considered a crime. And when they do that, they leave footprints. And I used to think that footprints lasted for 8 hours. However, I've seen them last longer, and I don't know why they lasted longer, but they'll keep 8 hours as the golden rule, but I think there's circumstances where they might last. I don't know if it's related to the severity of the crime or what, but I have seen it last longer than 8 hours. So these footprints, there was a lot of stuff planted here earlier, a day or two ago. I assume that most of the stuff that was stolen, the footprints already decayed and disappeared. So what we're seeing now is just, you know, some leftover stuff from today that's happened within the last hours. So what happens here is I report all of this stuff. Somebody's going to accumulate quite a bit of crime points, and the next time they die, if they've got more than 50 criminal points accumulated, they'll end up in court next time they die from a PvP death. They'll shoot straight to a court, and then they'll be tried and found guilty or innocent by a jury of their peers. The jury consists of 4 people. It's held at a courtroom in the main city, and anybody can go in the courtroom and spectate. There's a special trial chat, so anybody on the server can actually type and talk in the trial chat, and everybody can see the dialogue there. So if there was more people that want to plead on behalf of the person being charged, and what happens is, if you're found guilty of the crime, there's 4 different sentencing, actually there's 5. There's not guilty, and then there's guilty and a time for how long you should spend in prison. There's 4 different time increments, which varies quite a bit. So if you're found guilty and you're given some time to sit in prison, no matter how much time it is, any of the points that you have accumulated, they become, I'll use the word permanent, but I use it loosely because it's not permanent, but they go from being criminal points, which is, you know, what they are before you're found guilty or innocent, they go from being criminal points to infamy points. So if you look here, you'll see that I have 115 infamy points. You know, so I had accumulated 50 or more points, went to court, I was found guilty. So far, 115 of the points have stuck to my permanent record. Now, I can go do quests to reduce this, but I don't really care that much. So, in this scenario, this guy I'm reporting, he's going to accumulate, let's just say, 1,000 criminal points. If he goes to court and he's found guilty, all 1,000 of the points will roll over down here to infamy points. If he's acquitted and he's not found guilty at all, then all 1,000 points would disappear and they would become irrelevant. So what we can hope for is by my diligent reporting and the fact that I've notated that this was a theft and that the person should be found guilty, I've done that in Korean, with hope that the person has all of these points stick to their permanent record. And when you accumulate I believe the number is 3,000. Some people said 4,000. Now people are saying 3,000 points. When you accumulate 3,000 infamy points, you become a pirate. Much like Ultima Online, when you become a murderer in Ultima Online, in this game, when you become a pirate, what that really means is that when you go to towns and stuff, the guards in any town will just automatically attack you and kill you. By being a pirate, any faction can attack you and kill you anywhere. You know, most NPCs won't trade with you. So there's a bunch of, you know, limitations that happen to you as a part of being a pirate. I don't know that there's any benefit to being a pirate. It's a different type of gameplay. I could certainly understand the desire for that kind of gameplay, but if you don't have other people that want to join you in that, and it's not a sizable number of people, that could be some lonely and boring game. And that's very possible that it won't be. I think it would be. Games excel based on their community, and being a pirate limits you to such a small group of players to interact with that people get bored and there's nobody to play with, and then they just stop playing the game. So being a pirate wasn't quite the life they had hoped. It was a lonely existence as a pirate. Those pirates that I know re-rolled new characters. So misery does not love company, and nobody else wanted to go around and join. That's pretty much a summary of criminal points. Footsteps, that's for theft. Kill a friendly faction player, instead of it being footprints, there would actually be splatters of blood. So I'm looking at guild chat right now, and it says Dimidro, damn, I'm in prison. He just here. So he accidentally flew over the prison, and by flying over it, he got debuffed, and now he's in prison. So don't go flying your glider in a no-fly zone.